and stretch every once in a while. So this is a practice I hope that you can find some merit in, whether it's just a stretch or two that you can incorporate every once in a while, or some of the breathing techniques if that helps, or whatever you can take from it. It will be available on my website, which I'll give you, and on my Facebook, just so you can remember what we went over today.
Hey, Katie, since you're not familiar with chainsaw, I do yoga, and a lot of the exercise associated with the calves is just a lot of us kneel down.
Okay.
So that would help.
All right, perfect. I'll try to incorporate some of that in too. Before I start, I just want to obviously thank the Bonnies and Appalachian Arts for the opportunity to do this. I'm a registered yoga teacher, and I'm the owner of Soulful Yoga, which is a yoga studio in St. Mary's over the hill. I've only been in business for about 5 months, so it's great to be able to get out and spread the word about what I do. I also want to just notice Rick and Liz and all the folks at Appalachian Arts for their dedication to this event. 12 years, how amazing is that? And for all that they do to bring us together to help the community, and for all that you do. So just a real quick precursor in case some people haven't practiced yoga and you have no idea what to expect. The first thing I'm going to go over real quick is what is yoga. Yoga in Sanskrit, when it's translated, means to yoke. So what we do in yoga is we try to bring together movement with breath. And it's a physical practice, obviously, but it goes a lot deeper. And once we start to integrate the breath in the movement, we start to bring our mind in, we start to quiet, and start to bring everything into an interconnected state as we work in our yoga practice. Like I said, anyone can do it, so fear not. And I guess we'll get started here. So I guess is everybody looking at participating in the practice, so I kind of know where to position myself or where to go. Yep, okay, perfect. So we'll start by standing up. This is a fun practice. We're just gonna shake it. So I'm gonna blare some music, and I'm gonna welcome you to start vigorously shaking the body in whatever way you can to build heat. To start shaking everything up. Feel free to close your eyes if you're a little shy, or feel free to look at your neighbor if you need a smile this morning. So hold on a second, I'll get that music going. Or you don't need me if you want to start shaking right now. Shaking, so not thinking, almost like a creative flow, so allowing the body to just move here. Again, bringing in heat, feeling free to move with the beat or just shake, shake, shake. So really building that heat here, shaking it out. A goofy practice, but one to get creativity flowing, energy flowing, breath flowing here. Really shake it. Nice, guys. A good metaphor here is imagine one of those old school weight loss machines where they strap you in across your chest and you just shake, 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 shake. Good. So feeling the heat rise, closing the eyes and just shaking here. Just for one more minute. Feeling free to even bring in forward bends or whatever kind of movement the body feels it needs this morning to shake out shoulders, arms, wrists, those calves and thighs we were talking about, feet, whatever needs it right here. Beautiful. Keeping on shaking. Noticing how the energy is moving through the body, how the breath moves here. Also just a great way to center, a great way to shake off anything we might have brought here, any to-dos, any where we have to be, any thoughts. And when you're ready, I'll welcome you to sit down on your chair. All right. Not very often somebody offers you that, so I'm going to go with it. So from here we're going to start a centering and breathing exercise. So I'm going to welcome you to sit on the edge of the chair, finding those sit bones nice and sturdy on the chair. If there's a little extra, feeling free to peel away what I like to call that American abundance. So we can feel the sit bones in the chair, feet about hip width apart, flat on the floor, finding the spine straight. I'll welcome you to just close your eyes here. So closing the eyes, coming into the breath. Welcoming you to bring one hand onto the chest and one hand onto the stomach. Just settling into the breath here. And we're going to practice a pranayama or breathing technique called the three-part breath. So just sitting here, noticing how the breath naturally moves in and out of the body. And once we become aware of the natural movement of the breath, starting to focus on a deeper way of breathing, also known as a diaphragmic breath. So often with the stress of our lives, with all the emotions swirling around, with all the pressure on the body, we don't take the time to take these beautiful deep breaths, bringing oxygen to the body. So I invite you to slowly take a breath, inhaling through the nostrils if we're not congested, and feeling that beautiful wave of oxygen flow into the body, expanding the chest, filling the lungs, diaphragm expanding and slightly expanding that stomach, and feeling that wave of breath recede from stomach, lungs, and chest. Just continuing here, centering here. Again, if you're congested, you can feel free to also breathe out and in through the mouth, but trying through the nostrils. So as we breathe these deep breaths through the nostrils, the oxygen slowly coming into the body, bringing a relaxed state here, infusing the whole body with fresh oxygen, supporting muscles that we work so hard in our chainsaw carving practice. Also, when we bring that fresh breath to the brain, bringing some creativity, some clarity of thought, some clearness up in the head. So just taking a few more rounds of breath here, inhaling through the nostrils, chest, stomach, and lungs and stomach, expanding. And feeling that wave of breath recede. Just invite you to take that round of breath a few more times here. You in today's short practice to take it at whatever level you are at physically. If it hurts, back off. If you need any kind of modification or think you're doing something wrong, feel free to flag me down. But knowing in yoga there's nothing wrong as long as it feels good, as long as we bring the breath with us. It's more about how the poses make us feel than how we look when we do them. So from here, we'll take our hands off of our chest and stomach and just start some slow movements, bringing that nice deep breath with us. So starting with the neck, if we have no kind of neck injuries or pain or issues. With an exhale, just slowly letting that head drop to the right shoulder. Inhaling it through the center. And exhaling to the left. Inhaling through to center. And just continuing that motion, following the breath here. Allowing the neck to open up. And the next time we come to center, starting some slow neck circles. So with an exhale, rolling the neck from the right shoulder to the left shoulder. And with the next exhale, back over. So just opening up the body. Feeling free to continue to keep the eyes closed and just follow my directions. Or finding a focal point, which in Sanskrit is known as a dristi, so a point for our mind to focus on if closing the eyes isn't comfortable. And once those neck rolls come to stillness, we'll start to bring the presses and circles to the shoulders. So with an inhale, bringing the right shoulder to the right ear, and with an exhale, feeling that shoulder melt down the back. With an inhale, pressing the left shoulder, and with an exhale, allowing that one to melt too. With an inhale, pressing both shoulders, and with an exhale, allowing them to melt. So in these presses, in these movements, really feeling the juxtaposition of when we clench the muscles and then when we allow them to release. So often, unless we take these motions, we don't really notice all of the tension we hold in the body. So just noticing how a simple movement like this can release tension in the body. Taking one more round of right, then left, and both shoulders together. Then we'll bring in some shoulder rolls. So just as with the neck, rolling the shoulder back. So first the right, then the left, then both shoulders together. So feeling free to make those circles as big or as small as feels good. Again, this is always your practice, so doing what feels good in your body. How's everybody doing out there?
Awesome. Maybe all that clunking going on?
Huh? And reversing that motion, so going in the opposite direction, rolling the shoulders forward this time. Left, right, and then both together. Again, always checking in with the body, making sure we're breathing, which seems like a silly request, but so often when we're mentally in a zone, or when we're not fully present, the breath starts to become constricted. Beautiful, and when that motion comes to stillness, just stopping, bringing hands to the thighs, and just again coming back to the breath, so noticing the flow through the nostrils, entering, expanding chest, lungs, and stomach. And from here, starting to bring in some arm motion, so again, syncopating them with the breath with an inhale, reaching out and up. Lifting arms to the ceiling, feeling that nice elongation in the spine. And when we exhale, bringing hands through center. And continuing, so inhaling, reaching out and up. Feeling free to bring in the neck to look up. And then follow through with the hands if that's supportive. So again, a simple motion, but really just feeling the way the shoulders reach out and expand. The way we find all that length in the spine that is so often compressed when we go through lives hunched over and stressed. So just feeling the beautiful movement in the spine. And the next time we bring hands up to ceiling, just finding a nice side stretch. So feeling free to interlock hands and just gently reaching out, stretching to the left side first. Feeling that nice long stretch through the side of the body. Again, so often we're not able to take those beautiful deep breaths because these muscles around here are contracted. So giving space for the breath to move us with an inhale, coming to center. And with an exhale, going to the opposite side again, breathing deep. If that's a little too much of a stretch, feeling free to just bring one arm or just to gently reach the spine to the right, whatever works for you. And just a few more rounds with an inhale, center. Exhale, coming to the left. And with an inhale, coming back to center. And with an exhale, coming to the right. When we inhale to center, we'll release, finding again those beautiful arm circles. So with an inhale, reaching up. And just noticing the difference here. So noticing if maybe we can reach a little higher up. If maybe the spine feels a little more flexible. If we feel a little less ache and pain wherever it might have been when we started. Just noticing here. And when you're ready, the next pose we'll take is called a cow face pose. So what we'll do is bring that right arm up, bending it, bringing it almost like we're patting ourselves on the back for a job well done. And then taking the left hand palm out. I don't know.
I do a lot of yoga and I can't even come close.
Which is fine. So from there, if our hands don't reach, just grabbing our shirt wherever we might be, even if it's this far apart, it doesn't matter where we're at. It's just the fact that we're here doing the motion at all. So feeling free here to grab the shirt, feeling that nice stretch to the shoulders as they start to come together, really wringing out tension here. Also bringing circulation to the upper body, so maybe starting to generate a little bit of heat from this simple motion. Opening the chest, allowing ourselves to breathe a little deeper. And releasing that. Just taking a few more rounds, maybe feeling just how tense the shoulders are. And that's okay. So doing a few more rounds, inhaling up, exhaling as we release. And this time building it on the opposite side, so taking that left arm, bending it, pat ourselves on the back. And bringing that right hand behind us, palm out, or to grab the shirt. Again, whatever is comfortable, so just feeling that chest open, allowing us to breathe a little more freely, and also just feeling that nice stretch in the back and shoulders here. Breathing deeply, allowing that breath to open up the back. Beautiful, and with an exhale, releasing, and again, finding our nice circles here. So circling the arms with an inhale, reaching up, finding length in the spine, and with an exhale, coming down. And in yoga, one of our favorite stretches is called cat-cow. So we'll work on a seated cat-cow here. So again, making sure we're nice and grounded on the edge of our chair. We'll inhale and just open up the arms like we're opening up wings, like a bird. And with an exhale, bringing those hands together, arching the back, coming into ourselves here. Beautiful. So as we inhale, opening up, feeling shoulders compress and start to squeeze together. And as we exhale, rounding, feeling that nice stretch down the back. So just continuing a few rounds here, combining movement with breath. So as we exhale, arching the back. As we inhale, opening up. I hear people breathing. That's a beautiful sound. Those nice deep breaths. And taking one more round. The next time we come to open up the chest, just holding here for a breath, noticing the sensations in the body here. Whatever they may be. And as we exhale, releasing those shoulders and just feeling the way the body is here. And when you're ready, coming back to center. Another thing some people have mentioned they want to work on is the wrists, of which do a lot of work, I'm pretty sure, in chainsaw carving. A lot of weight, a lot of movement, a lot of tension, especially in the cold when our bodies tend to just want to clench up into ourselves to try to find as much heat as possible. A lot of times that tension also comes all the way down into the hands. So here again, just bringing the breath with the movement, bringing arms out in front of us, and just with an exhale, bending the wrists. With an inhale, bringing them up in front of us as if we're telling someone to stop. With an exhale, bending. With an inhale, coming up. And just continuing this movement for a few rounds. As we exhale, bending. As we inhale, coming up. And the next time those wrists come up into a stop motion, just taking a moment to grab the left hand with the right and just splaying the fingers back, just feeling that gentle stretch right here coming down the carpal muscle. Again, it might be a little tender if you experience any kind of pain here, so feeling free to back off. In yoga, we always ascertain the difference between discomfort and pain. We put ourselves in positions that are a little uncomfortable to see if the mind, the breath, and the body can come through it, but if it's ever painful, always stop. Pain is not good. And with an exhale, releasing that and bringing that nice wide hand stretch to the right hand. That's true. You are right. You tell I'm nervous. I don't even know my top from the bottom. Thank you. Oh, you don't. Beautiful. And then from here, what we'll do is some elbow circles. So working our way down the arms to open up, just taking the elbows, bending them. And we'll start by, So start by pushing the hands away and then bringing them towards us almost like they're going to brush under our chin. So just bringing some rotation into those elbows. Again, bringing our breath in however it supports us. So maybe inhaling as the arms come towards us, exhaling as they open. Or if you're a little bit of a quicker breather, you can feel free to take a whole inhale and exhale as we circle. Again, no wrong way. And when you're ready, reversing that motion. So this time, hands coming towards us first. And aside from the beauty of the moving stretches or the moving, what we call in yoga, asanas or postures, if anything just feels so good in one spot, always feeling free to just stay and enjoy it there. with those opening up breaths again. So again, when we inhale, reaching up. And with an exhale, bringing hands through. Inhaling, reaching up, and exhaling, bringing hands through. The next time we come to reach up to the ceiling, we'll bring a gentle twist. So feeling the spine elongated, reaching towards the ceiling. With an exhale, we'll just gently turn to look at that right knee. Bringing a hand to either side of the body. So bringing one hand to touch the back of the chair. One hand to the outside of the right knee. Just feeling that gentle twist through the long spine. Spinal twists great because they bring flexibility to the spine. They relieve tension, but also they give a nice massage to the internal organs, encouraging them to give out toxins. So breathing here, and as we breathe here, seeing if the spine releases, allowing us to open up a little deeper. And when you're ready with an inhale, reaching arms up to center. Just taking a breath, reaching towards the ceiling, allowing the body to integrate the benefits of our spinal twist. And with an exhale, looking at the left knee, this time going the opposite direction. So bringing the left hand to the back of the chair. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. And again, just bringing those deep breaths into the body. Practicing here breathing in a tight space. So you might notice the lungs a little constricted as they have a little less room to breathe. That practice of breathing in a tight space, a great lesson on the physical level, but also on the metaphorical level to take off of our chairs or our yoga mats. So noticing when we focus, we can work through or twist our way out of those situations where things feel a little bit too tight to breathe. Beautiful, and with an inhale, we'll come back to center. And from here, we'll stand and we'll find mountain pose. So bringing a little bit of movement into the body. I'll welcome you to come to the back of your chair, or if it's, well, for you guys, if you can go to the back, or just have a chair in front of you. So you guys can go and have something in front of you. You guys all hear me? I'm trying to yell as loud as I can. I don't have any ears for a microphone. Thank you. So here finding mountain pose. And mountain pose might seem like a very simple pose, but it actually has a lot to teach us. One of my favorite quotes is that one of the great yogis said, yoga isn't about learning how to stand on your head, it's about learning how to stand on your own 2 feet, which metaphorically speaking as well as physically speaking, how to bring that nice straight posture into the body and learn how to just stand still also, which is pretty hard in our 21st century life as we have all these things swirling around in our mind. So we'll start in mountain pose. So again, just bringing feet about hip distance apart. And just working on building straight alignment. So making sure heart is in line with the neck. Making sure that hips are in line with the heart. Even just feeling free to close the eyes here. And just checking in, making sure we have a nice straight line of posture from the heels to the hips, from the hips to the shoulders, and from the shoulders all the way up to the crown of the head. And once we're there, whatever is comfortable for you, either bringing hands to the side in an anatomical position, or if it's more supportive, bringing hands into prayer pose so we can really feel the rise and fall of the breath under those thumb points. And just standing here. Standing in stillness. If the mind starts to wander, feeling free to just bring in the words as we inhale. Just tell the mind breathing in And as we exhale, just telling the mind, breathing out. A great practice to bring that mind into focus and to allow ourselves just to be in the present moment, which is something that's sometimes hard to do. So again, just standing here, feeling that nice long spine, feeling the strength in the legs. And when you're ready with the next inhale, we'll again open up the arms. It's called yogic breath. So with an inhale, opening out and up. With an exhale, pulling through. Just taking 2 more rounds of this. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, pulling through. And the next time we come down, if you want to watch first, we'll come into what's known as half dog. So as we come down, finding hands at the edge or the back of the chair. Just stepping back a few steps. And with an exhale, just having a gentle forward. Coming as close as we can to having a straight spine. Really feeling the hip bones push towards the wall behind us. It's a nice posture here to bring a stretch to the back. Also down the backs of the legs. Breathing here in half dog. And you're ready, we'll bring a little bit of a flow into this movement. So with an inhale, standing back up, finding mountain. And reaching out to the sides with an inhale. This time with an exhale, just folding forward, pushing the hips towards the back wall, finding hands to the back of the chair. And just taking a breath here to allow shoulders to stretch. Body to release here. And with an inhale, building back up to mountain, reaching up. And with an exhale, again, just folding forward one last time. And the sensations in the body. So noticing as we take these simple movements, how the body reacts. Maybe being able to fold a little deeper. One more time with an inhale, reaching straight up to the ceiling. Then exhale, releasing, coming back to center. Beautiful. With the next inhale, just one more time, reaching up as high, as long as we possibly can. And exhaling, reaching out for that chair. And with an inhale, coming back up to standing, we'll take a round of what's called breath of joy, which might be a great support since our Pennsylvania winters have brought us such a wonderful onslaught of snow and cold. So breath of joy, a very simple breath, but it brings a lot of heat, a lot of oxygen to the body. So if you want to watch first and laugh at me, you can do that. So when you're ready, what we'll do, what breath of joy is, it's an inhale, an inhale, an inhale, and then a forward fold, even if it's just a slight bend to the back. So as we inhale, 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 coming down, inhale, 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 forward bend. Inhale, 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 forward bend. Coming into it as fast or as slow as the body allows as we inhale, 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 exhale. The next time we exhale, I want to hear a nice hop come from you. Hop. So really bringing in that heat. Hop. Using that oxygen. Hop. Hop. And one more all together. Hop. And feeling free to just hang here for a moment. And slowly rolling the back up. We'll come back to our chair. So coming back to sit again. the chair. Again, just taking time here to open up the heart. And with feet about hip width apart, with an exhale, just finding a way, however it might be, to fold forward. So maybe our forward fold is just this far. Maybe we can come between the legs and head towards the floor. Wherever we are, just taking delight in the forward bend. A nice stretch down the back. And just slowly moving this motion with the breath. So again, as we inhale, reaching back, opening up. And as we exhale, just dropping into a forward fold. Inhaling up, almost swinging like the pendulum of a clock. So inhaling, opening, exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, opening, and exhaling, folding forward. And the next time we exhale, folding forward, just coming to get comfortable wherever we are. So if the body doesn't rest on the legs, feeling free to just bring the hands to support. And just finding a way to just relax here. Again, just focusing on those beautiful deep breaths coming in through the nostrils, chest, lungs, and stomach expanding. When you're ready with an inhale, just coming to find that nice long spine, starting to wind down our practice here. We'll find a one-legged lotus pose. So lotus is considered the traditional seat that we meditate in. In a lot of the yogic texts, it's also said that lotus pose actually destroys all disease. I can't confirm or deny that, but that's what the ancient yogis say, so we'll roll with it. So a real simple way to do lotus pose is just bringing our legs to cross. So just bringing the right ankle to the right knee and just feeling that gentle stretch. So we might sit like this all the time, right? So never noticing that this is a nice hip stretch. So when we sit up straight, bringing the breath into that hip. Bringing the eyes to close and just noticing here. So just noticing the breath. Noticing that gentle stretch in the thigh and hip. Again, if the mind starts to wander, just telling ourselves, breathing in as we inhale. And breathing out as we exhale. So looking for that stillness within. When you're ready with an exhale, releasing that right leg, feeling free to even bring it out front in a nice long stretch. So bringing it onto the heel, just feeling free to stretch that ankle, so pushing the leg away. And then pulling it towards us, just finding a nice flex in ankle and leg. And when you're ready, putting that foot back on the floor. This time building lotus on the opposite side. So again, making sure, checking in, making sure our spine's nice and straight, shoulders relaxed. And just coming into the breath, feeling free to close the eyes. If we're looking for a little more of an intense stretch from here, just an offering, feeling free to bring that ankle in closer, but if not, this is fine too. So again, coming into the breath, just focusing inward. So working through thoughts that might arise, working through anything that might try to take our attention away from this present moment. So using those things as triggers to snap us back to the breath. Just snap us back, bring us inward into what we're doing here. So the breath and movement we're engaged in. And when you're ready, again, releasing that left leg, just bringing it out in front of us to stretch the ankle. So exhaling, pushing away. Inhaling, flexing towards us. As we encounter any aches or creaks or cracks in the body, always just embracing those as part of the process. Beautiful. And to conclude our practice today, again, just finding that nice straight spine. Bringing hands to heart center. This is called prayer mudra or Anjali mudra, which is known as an offering. Oh, that's a good idea. Bringing some heat back into the hands. Thank you for that. And as we bring that heat to the hands, just bringing the heels of the palms to the eyes. So just a gentle pressure here. If you ever experience any kind of tension, headaches, or migraines, or just need a moment to reset your mind, it's a great pose here. So as we breathe here, putting a little bit of pressure on that third eye, our space of intuition. And just allowing some support to the head as we bring a gentle touch there. We'll release and bring hands back to heart center. And at Soulful Yoga, which is the yoga studio I own and operate in St. Mary's, the way we always end our practice is in gratitude. So feeling free to close the eyes, just taking a moment of gratitude to identify what we're thankful for today. Whether that be a person, an idea, a pet, a moment, a memory. And once we've set that feeling of gratitude, also breathing gratitude for this day, for this breath and this body, for this time together today, and for this lovely week of community. For all the blessings we have and all the blessings on their way to us still. We end every practice with a gentle bow and we say namaste in respect of one another. So, namaste. So I hope thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed. I have some schedules. I know you guys are all very, very busy with all all the things you have going on. But I have a scheduled classes going on this week if you're interested in coming to the studio and taking some classes. And also, I'm going to have this practice again on my website and on Facebook, so if you remember, oh my gosh, that one thing felt so good, but you don't remember what it is, I'll have it all written down so you can go back to it and use it as you will. So thank you so much for your time and attention today. I appreciate it. Have a great week.